All right, all right, all right. Good morning. Good morning. Very interesting situation here. Where are the lows? Where we have ran the Asian lows and we ran the Asian highs are on the Nasdaq, but on the ES we did not run the lows. So very interesting there. Good morning, Jason. Room Beats. Good morning. Good morning. So you can see I still have these relatively equal highs here. Would kind of expect us to kind of just push right through there at open. But price doesn't have to. I mean, I think for sure if we close above 42, we're going to see 45 pretty quick. But beyond that, your guess is as good as mine. Alan, good morning. I didn't. Let's mark out a few things. Make sure yesterday's high and low. So I don't know. Usually on London, we have a pretty clear idea as to what might happen. I mean, here the ES did not run the highs or the lows. Nasdaq did run both the high and the low. ES ran the high but not the low. So we'll have to kind of just trade what we see, right? So we had a push down. We swept the low. Just kind of looking here to see if there's anything I'm missing. I mean, I could jump in for a stab long just for 6 points right there for the run into the highs at open there. May go there, may not. Yakondo. Morning, 19, Steven. How's it going? Good morning from France. France. I mean, we do have a bearish gap here with an imbalance. Expect a quick run into these highs at open, but Being that ES did not run the lows, that kind of makes me a little more hesitant. We very well could pull back at the open. Sweet Al, good morning. Thanks, Yukondo. I don't know. Just kind of thinking here. We're going to be trying something a little different this morning. It's not anything groundbreaking or new, but if you see us taking different positions, that's why. Crypto Panda, good morning. So, did it, yes, yeah. I don't know. We're seeing here, trying to see what happens. I don't know. Like I said, could take a quick run to the high, but ES didn't run the lows. We'll just kind of see what price offers us. Do I know Dodgy? Yep. I don't know Dodgy, but yeah, I know who Dodgy is. I like Dodgy. I think Dodgy's very knowledgeable for his age. He's quite a young guy, but he knows what he's doing. He 100% knows what he's doing. If you guys aren't following Dodgy, I mean, he's got a bigger following than me, obviously, but yeah, he knows what he's doing. Leopard, no, I don't know who that is. I don't follow like a ton of people, but I usually know the larger people. We may take a long here at open. We'll see. The only problem is it might fake us out, right? What happened here? I'm confused. Why is this chart so huge? What's going on here? 85.40. Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. This one's on the... All right, now it's kind of running those lows there. Sorry, my chart's going crazy. So ES did not run the lows there. Nasdaq did. What's going on with my chart? Sorry, guys and gals. I'm having to look away for a second. My chart is going crazy. Holy cow. This thing just ran the lows quickly there. Yeah, 45.22. I don't know what's going on, but I finally got this chart working. No, I don't know about his strat. What's his strat? So he ran the lows there. We do have the previous day low. Down here. So we'll see if this thing, ES did not quite run the London or the Asia lows there. That was the only concern going into the open. It's like, does it trade those lows? Does it take those lows or not, right? It's kind of the worry there at open. I like for it to kind of be in sync. And definitely was not in sync there. Crypto, I don't know who Leopard is. Drop his link down below or whatever in the chat. I'll check it out. Excuse me, I got to sneeze. Oh, goodness. 30-second strat. There's a user on Discord who has been trading it every day with 25 to 50 points. Nice. Nice. I was looking at the 15 second. I like the 15 second, but chart's kind of going crazy this morning for whatever reason. Still have room to the downside. ES Asian lows is 48.1750. We're currently at 48.1875. So it didn't quite. Now Nasdaq already ran the lows, obviously, but so out of options. Sure, you can drop links. We allow links in our chat. It's fine. We don't have enough people for it to be an issue yet. No issues yet. So we could get short on a little pushback up here, potentially. Stronger idea, I think, is to wait for ES to run the low and then maybe wait for a shift back to the upside if we're going to get it. But it could just continue lower here. Let me go ahead and share the stream right quick. Forgot to do that before we started. Yeah, thanks, Crypto. I'm always open to checking out new stuff, especially if it works. Did I really do that? Oh my goodness. Sure did. What's wrong with me sometimes? Ah, goodness gracious. All right. There we go. Like I said, could take a short here. I guess we could, and we could watch ES for this move lower. Maybe a little more of a push back up there on the ES. I don't know. We'll just take it. Like I said, we'll watch the ES here. The 34, 38. Like I said, this theoretically, I don't know how low it can go, right? I mean, maybe the pivot down there at the 90 area if it wants to. Could have got in a better entry here for sure, but I think maybe we just run these lows here. ES should trade into the 17s there. Probable. Should. So we'll be aware of that. If the ES moves down into the lows there, we'll just take this off, but like I said, I'm still kind of expecting a sweep of the low, Asia low there on the ES, and then push back up. Look for a better entry there, but I'm going to try to take a couple of points here if we can get it, but a little bit of a high risk entry here. Could have certainly get better entry. All right, I'm just going to take that off for $30 lost there. Too aggressive. It should be quickly there if it's going to move down. I still think it moves down, but don't want to risk too much there. Let's go to the 3 minutes. Okay. 3 minutes. Let's mark this out. $5 minutes. So we get a candle close above 36 here after we run the lows. I would like for the ES to run the lows here first, but it may not. Nasdaq ran the lows already. Look at the journal first. Where do you see the journal at? So trading back up into that gap there now. Bouncing off the VWAP there for the ES. Like I said, you could take this short here. I'm not sure of your target's the only thing. And this thing could really push up a little more before it kind of sweeps the lows. You just don't know. No, I'm not seeing the links. Where am I at? I mean, it should let you post links most of the time. Or it may not since you're here, crypto. Let me try this. Now try it. See if it lets you do it. Just try to post one now. Might be because you wasn't. I made you a mod. I know JX is able to post links, so maybe it's because he's a mod. Like I said, this thing could run down into the 90s, kind of to that pivot if it wants to. A little bit of a higher risk short there. I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't know where it could go, 100%. So now I see the link. I think the ES should run Asia lows. And then maybe we look for a shift back to the upside. So like I said, this would have worked, but this could have pushed all the way back up into here. I didn't want to hold it for that, so. Well, let's just see what happens. Like I said, we did take the short entry there. We didn't hold it. Basically break even. We took a little $30 loss there, but I'm waiting for the ES to run the Asia lows would be my idea, and then shift back to the upside here. It's kind of what I'm thinking. That would give us our setup there. Would make a little more sense. And I like it to do it right now. I like for it to run the Asia lows right now. Don't mess around. All right, there we go. So ES just ran well, I wanted to do one more ticket. Double bottom right there at the Asia lows. I wanted get one more tick through there. If you guys haven't yet, hit that like button for me. If you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe. If you are interested in trading futures, get all the links down below. Topstep, APEX, Bulenox. If you're using Topstep, you're going to be resetting your account or adding a new account. Please use my link. It does help the channel. I know it's hard to remember to do that, but it's helpful for me. And then we get 71% off APEX there. Coupon code you see there in the banner. Coupon code for Bulenox also 72%. If you are interested, we do appreciate it. So he has kind of double bottom there, creating equal lows. You really want it to one tick through there, sweep that liquidity, and then we can go from there. But if we do if we close above 15 on the 1 minute here, then I'm going to take this long. So if we close above 15, we'll take the long. We'll just target 25s, 24s. Oh, did they? Yeah, I trade mostly only New York anyway, but mostly only New York. I am looking at this on the 30-second as well. So if this closes above 12, or actually we could take it. I don't love the double bottom there on the ES, but that is still bullish, even though it just tapped the liquidity there. So if we close above here, 1250, then we're going to target, we'll take 2 contracts and we'll take one off at 23. We'll take one off at 23, and we'll try to see if we can let another run up to 37. We'll move our stop to break even. We'll see what happens. Actually, I'll probably take one off here. And then let that one run to that swing. So, and the idea here is kind of want to see it close above 1250. Close out this gap. Let me go to the 5 minutes. See. I hate how, I don't know why it does that so much. 15 minute. Harambe says, what a drop. Yeah, ES didn't take out those lows from Asia. So I was thinking we were so close to the highs that we may just get a quick into the highs and then pull back, since ES did take the high. But it decided just to run straight for the Asia lows, which, you know, it could do. So we could take this. It'll be a more aggressive entry. If we wanted to wait and be a little more conservative, then we could take it at 36. Close above 36 might make more sense. Let's kind of see what happens. Let me see here. You just saw ES is moving slowly. Yeah. Yeah, ES, I mean, it didn't quite run it by, it double bottomed there. Double bottomed. I think it looks okay. I may wait. I don't know. We'll see here. We'll see how aggressive we want to be. We'll see how aggressive we want to be here. There we go. ES ran the Asia lows now. ES ran the Asia lows. Yeah, I like to watch the ES. Too slow for me to trade, but I did like to watch it. You had a nice little setup on the ES there, too. You would have got short there at the 20. They ran the low 17.25. I mean, 3 handles, not a huge move by any stretch of the imagination, but so I kind of want to see some displacement here. A quick close above 13, 12, 13 area will be nice. You could take short-term run into these areas. On the larger time frame, it looks like a better setup. So let's see if it wants to push here. Like I said, we get a close here above 13, then I'm gonna participate long, and we'll put our stop at the low a day there. A little bit of a higher risk, but kind of want to see it. I've not really tested this on a lower time frame. I mean, it's all fractal, right? So it should work. But it should inverse this gap here if we can close above 1225, 1250. Just get a candle to close above. We inverse this gap. We should theoretically move up. Once we break here, could move my stop to break even and then target here. Or we could take one off here, move stop to break even, leave a runner on. That may be what we do. Failed to close below on the 15-minute chart there. It's kind of what I'm watching. So we failed to close below. Actually, didn't we close below? Let's see. We ran the high. Actually, I'm looking at this on the 15-minute. The 15-minute. I don't know. The 15-minute kind of looking like it might want to run down into the 90. Because we closed below there. Just looking here. Yeah, we'll see what happens. You can kind of make an argument here in both directions, but still expecting like a turn back up. Could run lower first, though. We'll see. We'll see what it wants to do. I mean, I'm looking on the 15-minute. The 15-minute kind of looks like it might want to run that 89 area first. Maybe even the 84. We do have the previous day low down there at the 44s. I don't know that it'd want to go that deep, but it might. I could take an aggressive entry here. Short, since it's showing a willingness to kind of go lower here, but I think the safer play is just to wait. So we'll just kind of see what happens here. Can make an argument for both sides. I'm expecting kind of a pushback up. So we'll just kind of see what price wants to do here. Could still move lower if it wants. Let's look at the previous day low. Key level there on the ES was down there at the 48.10s. We are kind of at a support here on the ES as well, 17 area. Can't wait to get the 90% discount. I'm hoping they do one this year, Crypto Panda. I don't know if they're going to do one because of that one-day eval thing that they had going on there. They may not do one. They may not. Maybe a situation where they wait until the new year. But hopefully they do one. I'm probably going to pick up some 25Ks. I've got the 50Ks funded. But I think I'm going to pick up some 25Ks and try to do those. Well, assuming where we're at on the 50Ks at that point. We shall see. Again, the idea here is I'm kind of waiting for either a close above this gap. We'll take an aggressive entry, just kind of short term here. Or we'll see if it starts moving down. I mean, I could make an argument for both here. But we're just waiting, right? Just waiting. But yeah, the 90% off would be nice if they'd go ahead and do it. I don't need the accounts right now. I probably won't even need them for, I don't even know when. It'll probably be another 20, 30 trading days before I even get a payout at this rate. So we might get a little more aggressive with it. We'll see if they do have a 90% off sale. Let me get a little more aggressive with it. But for now, just taking it one trade at a time, or one trade per day at a time, and just kind of going that direction. I mean, kind of if the ES would close above, need to get the ES to close above 19 there. Well, like the London session provides us a lot of times, the open was the move, right? The open was the move. And then beyond that, it's not doing much. All right, moving on down here. So there we go. Looking like it probably is going to want to draw into that 89 area. Yeah, it's one of those things where like I said, And there's the 89 quickly expansion. Feel bad. I mean, I'll show you guys what I was looking at. It's kind of something I've been paying more and more attention to. So what you want to have happen is you want to see kind of a run of a key level, right? So we ran the Asia high. We displaced and closed below this gap. Right? This candle closed below this gap. That gives you an idea if you just simply look to the left. That's your first target. I didn't want to take it because of the distance that my stop would have had to been all the way up here. Usually you can look on the smaller time frame and find a smaller entry here, but I really didn't see it. So then, you know, you kind of want to look at your major targets here. So that's your first down, second down. So kind of looking like that's where it wants to run into, maybe down to the previous day low here. But I didn't notice this at first. I missed the close below on this push back up. I was thinking if we violated that on the smaller time frame, we would take that, but that obviously was the cleaner setup there, but it's all right. So we missed that. And then by the time I saw it, like I said, stop's got to go way up here. I didn't want to risk that much. So now if we do get a return, if we get a return into this inverse, we could, we might could participate, but may as well just wait at this point. Oh yeah, New York's pretty boring. There were some opportunities, but it wasn't anything crazy. We got the pivot point right here at 87, 88 area, holding below that. I feel like I missed it, but it's something I'm not super confident. Not saying I'm not confident in it. It's not something I'm used to trading yet. So yeah, we actually have equal lows here as well. I didn't notice that either. So that probably would be a draw there. Let's see, what would be the risk here? 85. I mean, we missed it. There's no point in chasing it, right? We missed it. No point in chasing it at this point. If it comes back up here, then we'll take the entry. This unmitigated area there, but risky at that point. So we'll see what happens here. If it pushes back up, maybe we'll jump in, but it's kind of what we got going on here. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Thank you. We'll see what happens. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. See what happens here. I hate Quantimer does this. Like, why does it do that? A little glitch in Quantimer there. If we close above, I mean, let's see. We'd have to close back above that inversion gap there. So we'd have to close back above 15 to take a long here. You kind of want to see it respect this gap that it just created there. If it's going to continue lower. We got the equal lows down there. That's also, well, that's just equal lows. That's all that is. It's just equal lows. That's all it is there. So maybe we push back up into this gap and then continue to sell down possibly. Unfortunately, we just kind of missed the entry there. I saw it, but then I was already making an argument for it to go back up. And so I was like, my stop would have had to been huge. Didn't want to take that entry. But that's okay. We log that one into the journal, and we'll make sure we pay closer attention to the larger time frame next time. So it's pretty clear on the 15-minute. Pretty clear on the 15 minutes. Like I said, as soon as we close below this fair value gap here, it became inverted. So as soon as we displaced below that down to here, you could have just taken the long there and put your stop kind of above the inversion gap. Probably would have put it up here in the 19 area. But, and then obviously we pushed right back into it and then sold. So it's kind of a textbook setup there on the 15-minute chart. First target's always the first swing low to the left. Second target, next swing low, and then your third would be your most obvious draw, which is down here. We're kind of tapping back up into this gap. We could take another entry here. Let's see, 92. Stop would have to kind of go in the 08 area there. That's 15 handles. If it's going to continue lower, right? I don't know. It feels like a chase to me still because we missed the entry up there. Feels like a chase. Yeah, mat time. It fell. Well, that's why, because it created that inversion fair value gap there, tapped into it and went. And that's what you kind of want to see. I should have noticed it. When we expanded below that gap easily right there on the 15-minute chart, you can see it's still, there's still one here on the 5-minute. When we expanded that below that easily, should have been my sign to get in there. And actually a perfect little setup there, but man, just difficult to get it there. Not difficult. So let's see what happens here. Like I said, I feel like I'm chasing it. I don't want to do that. It's kind of, I'm trying to keep my mental game straight here. We could just toss one in just for like, you know, hey, let's just toss one in. But no, not going to do that. I've forced myself to take that trade off earlier. I did enter the short up there. I don't even remember where it was, but we took it off at $35. And a $35 loss, and that's the only entry we've taken so far. So we'll just keep the mental game straight here, and we'll just see what happens. I mean, if it trades down into the 65s without us, it just does. It doesn't have to. It does not have to. It's already giving you a 1-to-1 there. More than a 1-to-1. It's giving you a 2-to-1. Quickly giving you a 2-to-1. So it could just continue down here, or we could push back up. So we're gonna wait and see. I feel like it's going to take out the 65, but those I feel like trades don't ever work that well for me. So they don't work for me. Does anybody know how you take a screenshot on Quantower? Is there a way to take a screenshot? Or is there a way to take a screenshot on your computer that I just don't know? You got to run to sleep. All right, we'll see you in New York. Thank you, Crypto Panda. Appreciate you stopping by. Windows Shift S. Trade smarter. Is it? Let me see. Shift S. Is this going to do something crazy? I don't see nothing happening. Draw to create a screen snip. Oh. I gotcha. Thanks. Thanks, Trader Smarter. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I was taking a screenshot of this here. The 15 minutes setup there that we missed. It says Windows Shift S, and then you can snip this out. There we go. There we go. Thank you. Appreciate that. So anyways, this was the setup here. Like I said, you inverted this gap. We closed it below it. As soon as we close below it, you could just take the entry here, or you can wait for the draw back into the gap. So this wick back into this gap would be your short entry. 17,009, and then boom. But we missed it. We're just going to be careful here and wait and see. If it goes without us, it just goes without us. If it goes without us, it goes without us. It'll be fine. Thanks, Trade Smarter. That worked perfectly. Appreciate that. Tom's watching us on his stream. Mr. Tom Sabo. If you guys aren't following Tom, go over there and give him a like and a subscribe. He just pushed above 500 subscribers. Tom's currently short over there. He took the short a little earlier to me there. I didn't jump in. And then he jumped in on his combine account a little later. I don't know. I don't think this is a horrible entry down here. Obviously, it's just, you always take a chance that this thing could bounce. Well, we do have those equal lows over here, which seem like the obvious draw, but who really knows? The market does what the market wants to do. So if we inverse this fair value gap here on the 5-minute, then we could take a long there. That'd be the only setup that I'm kind of interested in right now. The first inverse fair value gap after 3 a.m. is kind of what you're looking for in that scenario, which actually, yeah, that would still be that one, the first one. Let's go. Where does this oh goodness, let's see. I don't know where it went though. I'm not sure. Oh, there it is. This is just this price action. I mean, like we had that one move there, and then it's just yeah, not great from there. Yeah, that's what I did. I did paste it, trade smart. It took me a second to figure it out. I was like looking for it, but I found it. I found it after a minute. Took a minute, but we got it. I don't know what's going on here, what's going to happen. We'll see. I'm guessing that we're probably not going to get offered another entry here, but you never know, right? Anything can happen. Going to need it to close above 17,002 here quickly in the next candle or two in order for us to take an entry. Trade smarter. Do you normally just trade in the London, or you trade both London and New York? Where are you located, if you don't mind saying? Where is everyone located? Let me know. Let me know. Are you guys all overseas? Anybody over here on the East Coast in the United States like me, where it's 3 a.m. Eastern or 3:53 a.m. Eastern? Nazar is in Philly. Nice. You're on the same time as me. Europe. Slovenia. Good old Alabama. Trade smarter. All right, smarter's an hour behind us then, probably. If you guys are on the East Coast, what are you doing up? You're just degens like me and you get up for the London? Good old degens. Yeah, I don't it's hard for me to get up sometimes for London. I went and played poker on Friday. And my body just it took all weekend plus a couple of days to recover from that. I didn't even stay out all that late. Didn't even stay out all that late. I don't think this thing's going to close above, but it might. Looking like it still wants to push down here. I feel bad that I missed it. I missed my entries here. I misread it. Well, didn't misread it. I mean, we thought that it'll either quickly take the high and then run to the low or just run to the low. They ran to the low quickly, and then I missed that IFVG on the 15-minute there. I got to start having every chart open to be able to take those quickly. So not really much to do here for us at this point. We're just waiting to see if it can inverse this 5-minute gap here. If it can't, then we're not going to chase it. I don't really see how it doesn't take out these equal lows, right? But the market can do whatever it wants. If you took the 15-minute, you'd be at break even already. So this 5-minute candle here has to close above. If it doesn't close above, then it's not going to be a trade for us. And there we go. What's this thing doing? All right. Yeah, I don't think this candle's going to close below or above. I think we're going to probably continue to move down here. Like I said, logical target 65. Previous day low 45, 44 area. That was right there at open. We just kind of opened up at 6 there, it'll pull back, and then we're just off to the races. I think this thing's going to continue lower. Here we go. Maybe at 403 here might get a little push down. Do have a pivot point down there at the 45s as well. All right, let's see what happens here at the 4 o'clock hour. Probably a little pushback up. Followed by continued lower here. Let's just see. Are we going to start to push here? Are we going to... Are we going to do the opposite? I mean, price has already delivered what it needed to give you, right? It doesn't have to take out these swing lows here. Logical for it to do it, but it doesn't have to. There's supposedly a macro that turns on at 4:03 a.m. I mean, gun to my head, I say it continues lower, but who really knows? Who really knows? Could go the other way. Very rarely does price push below the whole number without a revisit back above it. That's what it did here. Pushed directly below 17K. Never got back above it. You know what? This actually, now that I think about it, this was actually a decent short setup because one of the things that I forgot, like I said, I'm kind of new at looking at this type of price action or looking at these concepts too. When you have another when you have another gap below this inverted gap, this actually is a decent entry as well if you want to keep your stop tighter. So I probably could have taken the short once I missed this one. Probably could have taken the short off that push back into the 90s. All right, here's 03. Let's see if we start to kind of push down again. Like I said, I'm kind of thinking we at least hit the 65s there. Might take a risky scalp here. Let's see. Just for shits and giggles. There we go. That gets us back to plus $35 or plus $20 at least. Like I said, I felt like I was FOMOing into this if I bought down here. In retrospect, it probably was reasonable because we have a breakaway, we have a fair value gap created below the IFVG. This should be respected, right? When you have that type of setup. If you miss the 15-minute entry, that should be respected. I didn't think about that until just a minute ago, but that really should have been. I could have taken an entry there because that should be respected there. But we'll get better at it. We will get to better at that. So like I said, 65 is the most logical area. We got these equal lows here. It could even trade all the way down into the 40s, 45 area. It's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to be in it. We're not in it, so we are not in it. Feels bad, but at least we followed our rules. We didn't FOMO into anything. You miss it, you just wait for the next logical setup. If you don't get it, you don't take it. So that's the idea. Even though the draw is pretty clear, doesn't matter. Well, I do think that's going to do it for me this morning, guys. I will be back live 9:15 a.m. If you guys are interested in trading futures, please hit my links down below. If you're interested in the Discord, link down below for that. It is $10 a month. We do, I do post stuff in there every day. I post Mancini's newsletter in there every day, and then a few other things. Hit that like button if you've not yet hit the like button. I'm going to drop a link right there to Tom Sabo. He's still live if you guys want to go over there and check him out. He streams the New York or the London session as well. So run over there, give him a like and a subscribe. And I'll be back at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Unfortunately, we didn't do very much gambling in this session, but sometimes it's a good thing, right? Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you 9:15 a.m. for the New York.